Hello everyone, let's provide the solution to this problem completely. X to the power of 4 being equal to 256 to the power of 1 over 2. Please note that this is the same thing as x to the power of 4 equal to square root of 256 according to one of the laws of indices. Now, this means that our x to the power of 4 is equal to square root of 256 will give 16, right? Because 16 times 16 is 256. Now, let's write 16 in index form. We have x to the power of 4 is equal to 16, which is 2 to the power of 4. Now, they are having the same power. Now, remember, we always say that if they have the same power, that means the bases are equal, and that is correct. But then, if we equate the bases now, it means that we are going to have just one solution. And every time that you have, the unknown raised to the power of 4, it means that you should have as many as 4 solutions. So, we are going to continue with this, but in a different way. So x to the power of 4 minus, I want to bring this here, it becomes minus 2 to the power of 4, and this is now equal to 0. Now, what if we break this into 2? Because x to the power of 2 to the power of 2 is the same thing as x to the power of 4. Then minus 2 here is 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 2. This is the same thing as 2 to the power of 4. And then everything equals 0. And from here, we can apply difference of two squares. Okay, where we have, if we have a squared minus b squared, right? This will be the same thing as a plus b into a minus b. Okay, now I want to try this with real numbers so that you will see what we are doing. Now imagine if you have 3 to the power of 2 minus 2 to the power of 2. And you want to do this using difference of two squares. You want to evaluate using difference of two squares. This means that we have 3 plus 2 multiplied by 3 minus 2. Now 3 plus 2 will give 5, right? Multiplied by 3 minus 2 is 1, and this is giving 5. Imagine if you don't want to use difference of two squares, and you say 3 squared, this will give 9, right? This will give 9, and then minus here we have 4. You can see that at the end of the day, this will still give us the same thing over here, because 9 minus 4 will give 5. So difference of two squares like this works. Now we're going to apply the same thing for this. In place of a plus b, I'll write x squared plus 2. Okay, x squared plus 2x, because our a is x squared and our b is 2 squared. So a plus b x squared plus 2 squared. We can log that. Then in the second, a minus b will now be x squared minus 2 squared, right? And this is equal to 0. On this side, we are having 2 squares, right? But this is addition of 2 squares. So we can apply this same standard. So x squared plus 4 is what we have in the first bracket. And in the second bracket, we have x squared minus 2 squared equals 0. I didn't turn this to 4 because we can still apply difference of two squares here. But what we will do first is to apply zero product rule. Okay, and I want to believe you know when to apply zero product rule. You apply this rule when you are to multiply two numbers or two terms to get 0. So either of them must be equal to 0 for you to have 0 on the right hand side. So I want to work with this first. I'll come back to pick this. So x squared minus 2 squared should be equal to 0. And then from here we can apply 0, how do you call it? Difference of two squares. So that x plus 2 multiplied by x minus 2 will be equal to 0. Now apply zero product rule for this again, so that x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. From here, x will be equal to 0 minus 2, or on this side, x will be equal to 0 plus 2. And our x now is minus 2 or plus 2. So from here, we can say that our x1 is minus 2 and our x2 is plus 2. Now, we will still continue because we are looking for 4 possible solutions, right? So to get the other 2 solutions, we'll go back to this factor here, x plus 4. Okay, I mean x squared plus 4, okay? So our x squared plus 4 will give us 0, meaning that x squared is equal to minus 4. Because if this goes here, if 4 goes to the right hand side, it becomes negative. So in fact, square root of x squared will be equal to plus or minus square root of negative 4. Square root and square can cancel, and x will be plus or minus square root of 4 multiplied by square root of negative 1. This is because square root of negative 4 will not give you a real number. Now, x is equal to plus or minus square root of 4 is what? 2, right? Multiplied by square root of negative 1 is imaginary, so we will have I from there. And this is a 2-in-1 solution because of this plus or minus. Okay, our x. Okay, we've already got x2 and 3. I mean x1 and 2. So let's get x3 from here, which will be 2i. That is positive 2i. And then our x4 is equal to negative 2i. Now I want to bring the 4 solutions together. So our x1 that we got is negative 2. Okay, and then our x2 is plus 2. Then our x3 is the one we got from here, which is 2i. And then our x4 is negative 2i. Okay, so the 2 real solutions for the equation are x1 and x2. Okay, but the x3 and x4 are giving us complex solution. Thank you for watching.